Clark Kent has kept his otherworldly heritage hidden from humans.
You're the answer, son. You're the answer to are we alone in the universe?
Can I just keep pretending I'm your son?
But criminals from his past threaten the Earth, so he is forced to confront them and his destiny in Man of Steel.
Hi, I'm Leah.
I'm Scott.
And I'm Aaron. And today we're here to talk about Man of Steel, directed by Zack Snyder, produced by Christopher Nolan. We've all just seen it.
It was natural for Warner Brothers to turn to Christopher Nolan to work his magic on Superman after what he did for Batman. I mean, he, after those horrible last couple of Batman films, he made it serious. He gave it a level of plausibility that really no comic book-based movie had ever done. But it just goes to show you that what worked for one superhero doesn't work for another.
You're wrong. You're wrong, Scott.
Listen, this movie is ponderous, it is very heavy and serious. Super serious when it should have been super fun.
See, I liked it. I liked the seriousness.
See, you know what, that works for me. I get a film, I think, that tonally does a very good job of straddling youthful curiosity that goes along with comic book films, while at the same time having a kind of dark maturity about it.
There's positives and there's negatives. For me, the humanization of Superman, I think, was what made the darkness work, because I love the Batman movies, and everybody loves the Batman movies because you can relate to him, and there's the very dark sensibility, and I think that's why they chose to go that route with this film, because it's appealed before and it's gonna appeal again, and I think it worked. I mean,
and to be honest, they've done that other approach before.
Superman Returns did not work.
Well, I never thought I would say this, but I gotta tell you, comparing Man of Steel to Superman Returns was a better film.
Oh, no way.
It may not have had, it didn't have as much action. You know, Superman Returns got a lot of criticism because it didn't have enough action. This movie has too much of it. I'll get to that in a second. But here's a movie that begs unfavorable comparisons to the first two Superman films with Christopher Reeve.
The first movie, they're so different. They're so different.
Well,
they were great. They were great.
I'm not saying they were bad.
Fun. Listen,
it's a different franchise.
They were fun. They were exciting. They had heart. They had humor, and they had great villains. And Christopher Reeve gave not one but two great performances as Clark Kent and as Superman.
Can we talk about Henry Cavill?
Go for it.
I know that you didn't enjoy him, but I think he handled the material well. I think that he proves that he can be a action star contender, especially with this film. I mean, he's been in some other films before, but this is definitely going to elevate him to the point where he can be in these big budget movies and people won't worry about whether he's going to be able to handle the material. He does a great job. Yeah. He's nice to look at, as I'm sure you'll agree with.
When he crawls out of the drink and gets up on the island and comes from behind the building with no shirt on, I'm like, money shot.
You're done.
Thank you.
He didn't play the part with that wonderful sense of awe that you want in this character, in this alien from another planet who can leap tall buildings in a single bound. You see, when Superman takes off and he shoots through the sky like a supersonic jet, that was really cool. But while he was fighting General Zod, in the last 30 minutes of the movie, the action, it was so up close.
It was too dark, too.
It was too dark, it was too up close, it was too hyperkinetic. You couldn't grasp what was going on.
The problems with the directorial style and all the technical elements, I don't want to put them all on Zack Snyder's shoulders.
Oh, go ahead.
But I kind of feel like it's his fault. I mean,
I feel like he's just really, I'm like, is there a little ADD going on here?
Yeah, well,
the
that's the way he shoots action. I mean, that hyperkinetic style that you were talking about has always been in his movies.
Right.
But those zooms, the fast zooms and then a double zoom or a fast zoom and a zoom out, those just kind of take me out of it. And the thing that really bothered me about the way it was shot was that all of the dialogue was handheld. It was all shaky. I couldn't take my eyes off the fact that the whole frame was always moving around.
Man of Steel is not a perfect film, but it is definitely a film where the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. And I say see it.
Man of Steel was too super serious. It's a movie I wanted to love, but I only liked. So I say stream it.
Man of Steel is really an experience to behold. I think it's going to be a new fan favorite franchise, so I say see it.
Our votes add up to 2.5 tickets, which is a see it for Man of Steel. Dun, da, 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 da,
That's what I'm talking about.
What's the S stand for? It's not an S. On my world, it means hope.
Well, here it's an S. How about
Excuse me.
Support for Just Seen It comes from Acorn, distributors of Miss Fisher's Murder Mysteries, a modern detective series set in 1920s Melbourne. Now on DVD and Blu-ray. More information is available at acornonline.com/PTV.